In this surprising anime, the boy is turned to stone by magic, but his elder sister is very excited to see this. It turns out that she is crazy about her brother and always wants to get closer to him. Thinking the magic is a blessing from God, she puts the stone on her bed and keeps stroking it. Later, she even takes the stone to the girl's bathroom. Not able to close his eyes, the boy is forced to see beautiful girls bathing together and feels extremely embarrassed. What interesting things will happen between the siblings next? Like this video and subscribe to my channel. Let's reveal it in today's recap. The anime starts as three orc brothers launch an attack on a village in another world. To evade their attacks, the villagers escape to all directions. Soon after, the village falls under the control of the orc brothers. Just as they are about to drink and celebrate, the male protagonist, Asahi, appears, asserting himself as an adventurer. He draws his sword and challenges the orcs. Seeing his small figure, the three orc brothers can't help but mock him for being a pipsqueak, believing he is no match for them. However, Asahi is very confident, warning them that they will undoubtedly regret their behaviors if they do not surrender immediately. Asahi's audacious words infuriate one of the orcs. He raises his weapon and rushes into Asahi. Just then, the ground suddenly shakes. As a stone pillar rises from the ground, the orc is sent high into the air. Immediately afterwards, the female protagonist, Maya, appears. She kicks the orc hard and blows him up with magic, scaring the remaining two orc brothers away. It turns out that Maya is Asahi's elder sister, and they came to this world because of an accident. Not long ago, Asahi got hit by a car as he tried to save a little girl. He thought his life had come to an end, but after a flashing white light, he saw the wyvern in the sky, and he realized that he had been reincarnated in another world. Asahi liked to play video games and was very familiar with Isekai stuff, so he didn't have any discomfort. Just then, he accidentally bumped into a man, and he habitually apologized in Japanese. To his surprise, the man responded to him in Japanese as well, which made Asahi realize that he did not have any language barriers with people here. Thinking he might be the favored one by God, Asahi took out his phone intending to take a picture and post it online, but he soon found that there were no network signals here. Though a little disappointed, he quickly perked up. He believed that with his experience in Isekai games, he could be able to live a happy life here. The first thing he thought of was to sell his phone, which was useless in this world, in exchange for money. The civilization in this world is probably equal to that of the Middle Ages on Earth, so the shop owner had never seen a mobile phone, but he still paid 500 gold for Asahi's phone. After getting the money, Asahi became interested in the items sold in the store. After some selection, he bought a light leather armor and a sword. It was the first time he had seen a real sword, so he couldn't help but keep wielding it. Later, Asahi came to the Adventurers Guild. Upon learning that Asahi had never joined a guild before, the reception lady was very surprised and became curious about him. She leaned on the counter, attempting to observe Asahi closely, causing him to be a little embarrassed. Additionally, her hot figure made Asahi feel bashful. However, the lady misunderstood his blush as a reaction to nervousness and decided to help him get more information about the guild. She took an application form from her bookshelf and introduced the process of becoming an adventurer to Asahi. Given that Asahi had never taken a quest before, she suggested he start with hunting low-level monsters. Asahi took her advice and chose a simple task, but as soon as he left the town, he encountered a very powerful wyvern. Faced with the fireball attacks, Asahi could only run desperately. He hid behind a rock, taking the opportunity to check his status. However, he was only given the skill of stone throwing at level 1, with which he couldn't defeat the wyvern at all. As Asahi was about to be pounced on, he helplessly called out his sister's name. Surprisingly, a magic array sent his sister, Maya, to his side. To protect Asahi, Maya burst out with very powerful energy, knocking down the wyvern with just one blow. After the battle, Maya couldn't help but pounce on Asahi, as she was so happy and surprised to reunite with her brother in another world. Then, the siblings had a talk, revealing what happened to each other. It turned out that Asahi had been in a coma in his world, but often talked. Noticing this, Maya speculated that his soul might have gone to another world. She liked her brother so much that she couldn't live without him. Therefore, she decided to end her life so as to go to another world to find her brother. Thankfully, her guess was true, and she finally met Asahi again. As the memory ends, we're brought back to Maya's fight with the orcs. She can't bear the three orc brothers calling Asahi pipsqueak, slaughtering the escaping two with her magic power to vent her anger. Just then, Maya notices a bruise on Asahi's face. As Asahi's older sister, Maya will never allow Asahi to be harmed in any way, so she pounces on Asahi, trying to cure the bruise by licking him over. Meanwhile, the surviving villagers, mistaking Asahi for the savior, come out to thank him. They are very touched, honoring him as mighty hero. Soon, Asahi's deed reaches the Adventurers Guild. The reception lady informs Asahi that due to his victory over the 3 orc brothers, his rank has ascended from the lowest rabbit class to the 4th ogre class, which is a rarely huge promotion among fresh adventurers. She gives the ogre class badge to Asahi and reminds him that any attempt to falsify ranks is strictly prohibited. Anyone who tries to promote the rank by disguising himself as a strong will be sentenced to death. However, she places her trust in Asahi, believing that he will not deceive her. Her words make Asahi quite nervous. Upon leaving the guild, he instantly finds Maya, asking her to conceal her prowess so that he will appear to be the stronger of the two. To confirm Maya's strength, he proposes to check her stats. Maya mistakenly thinks he wants to know her body stats, so she grabs his hand and put it on her body. Asahi instantly blushes and withdraws his hand, explaining that what he wants to see is her ability stats. Then, Maya opens her stats screen, which shocks Asahi. It turns out Maya is so strong that her ability stats even extend beyond the screen. With such strength, neither humans nor monsters are her match. Thinking of their strength gap, Asahi falls to his knees in frustration. He reminds Maya not to tell anyone about her abilities, making it a secret between them. Maya agrees, but compared with the ability stats, she wants to know Asahi's body stats more, such as how many moles he has on his body. Just when Maya is about to count that, a sudden noise interrupts it. They follow the sound to the main street, where the shop owner recognizes Asahi and tells them that the people of the town are seeing off the strongest party named Clan Balmonk, in the hope that the party can defeat the Demon King. These words remind Asahi of the Isekai games he once played. Generally, as long as they defeat the Demon King, they can return to their original world. Learning of that, Maya decides to defeat the Demon King as soon as possible. The shop owner does not know the strength of Maya, suggesting that they gain experience first and increase their adventurer ranks, because Balmonk's leader, Siegfried, is the highest dragon class adventurer. Learning of this, Asahi admires Siegfried's strength a lot, hoping to become like him one day. At this moment, an adventurer, jealous of Siegfried's prowess, furiously destroys tables and chairs in a food stall. However, no one dares to intervene due to his status as an ogre-class adventurer. The shop owner remembers Asahi is also an ogre-class adventurer and suggests he confront the furious adventurer. The stall owner's daughter also learns of the situation and asks Asahi for protection. Meanwhile, the onlookers, recognizing Asahi, begin to cheer for him. Undeterred, the adventurer mocks Asahi as a pipsqueak and challenges him to a duel. Witnessing her cherished brother suffering humiliation, Maya is boiling with rage. She vows to make the adventurer regret his mocking behaviors on the bed for the rest of his life. Hearing this, Asahi hastily stops her. Then, he asks for her cooperation in scaring the adventurer away and agrees to comply with any request she makes in return. As Maya agrees, Asahi challenges the adventurer. With Maya's help, Asahi casually makes a move in the air, causing the ground to split in half. Terrified by this formidable strength, the adventurer promptly flees. The onlookers are also shocked by the scene. Believing it was Asahi's real strength, they are very respectful to him. After that, Maya asks Asahi for her reward. She pounces on him, attempting to kiss him. Under Asahi's screams, Maya accomplishes her goal. One day, Maya catches a cold because she wears too little. Asahi therefore drapes his coat over her. Maya is very touched, but she wants Asahi to warm her with his body heat more. Despite Asahi's objections, she hugs him tightly. Maya feels happy every day, and she is glad that she can live in another world with Asahi. While Asahi is out, she sneaks into his room, jumping onto his bed to feel Asahi's remaining warmth. Meanwhile, Asahi arrives at the Adventurers Guild. He wants to complete some simple tasks by himself instead of relying on Maya all the time. The reception lady then gives him the task to collect rainbow mushrooms in the forest. At the entrance to the forest, there is a sign warning the adventurers to be aware of bears. Seeing this, Asahi tries to convince himself that it should be rare to encounter a bear, only to see a huge bear behind shortly after. He knows he can't beat it, so he immediately runs away while throwing mushrooms to it. Just as the bear is going to attack Asahi, a mysterious girl comes to his rescue. Overwhelmed by the sudden turn of events, Asahi stumbles and buries his head in the girl's chest. The familiar touch makes him mistake the girl for Maya. He affectionately calls her big sister, only to find she is not Maya but a girl named Kiramaria who happened to pass through the forest. Being called big sister for the first time, Kiramaria is a little touched. Just then, the big bear returns with its companions to besiege them. Kiramaria pushes Asahi away and fights 13 bears alone. With a single powerful strike, she defeats all the bears and holds Asahi before he hits the ground. Unfortunately, Kiramaria's actions irritate Kaiser Bear, the king of the bears. To avenge his followers, Kaiser Bear launches a fireball attack against them. Easy and calm, Kiramaria, who possesses terrifying power, manipulates the legendary Hellfire to burn Kaiser Bear to ashes. Asahi is frightened by her strength, speculating that she may be a demon. Kiramaria then tells him that she is a top cadre of the Demon King's army, one of the 6 demon generals. She is looking for an adventurer named Asahi. She heard about his deeds and guessed that he might be the next hero. Unbeknownst to her, the person she is looking for is right in front of her. Learning of that, Asahi is scared and instantly wants to sneak away. However, his orc class badge with his name on drops, and Kiramaria immediately recognizes him. She realizes that she underestimates Asahi's strength, ready to challenge him. Knowing that he is no match for Kiramaria, Asahi can only run desperately. Thankfully, Maya senses that Asahi is in danger. When he is about to be captured by Kiramaria, Maya rushes to his side. Kiramaria is very dissatisfied with the sudden appearance of Maya and immediately attacks her, while Maya reacts quickly and fights back. To their surprise, neither of them defeats the other with one blow. Kiramaria sees Maya's strength, concluding that it must be Maya who has been secretly assisting Asahi. She is excited that she has found a comparable opponent, and decides to initiate a fiercer fight. She manipulates Fearful Flare and throws it at Maya. To her surprise, Maya effortlessly overpowers her with wind magic. Just as Maya is about to kill Kiramaria, Asahi intervenes. Having been saved by Kiramaria twice, he doesn't believe she is an evildoer and hopes Maya will spare her. Upon knowing that Kiramaria saved her brother, Maya abandons the idea of killing her. Kiramaria is surprised to see Asahi stand up for her and develops better impressions of him. After the battle, Maya prepares a very hearty dinner using the mushrooms collected by Asahi. During dinner, Asahi mentions Kiramaria. He thinks her moves are powerful, and the names are cool. Maya is reluctant to lose to Kiramaria in any way. However, she is not good at naming, and eventually names her wind magic Big Sis Hurricane. In the following story, Asahi works hard to reach level 10 by finishing the tutorial. Maya is surprised that Asahi's level is increased so slowly. After discussion, they discover that only monsters that Asahi personally kills can increase his experience points. To help Asahi raise his level as quickly as possible, Maya proposes that she control the monsters and then let Asahi kill them, which is refused by Asahi then. Even if it is to raise his level, he doesn't want to bully a monster that doesn't have the ability to resist. In his opinion, slowly leveling up is the fun of the game. Maya doesn't find any point in leveling up, because no matter what monster she encounters, she can end the battle in one blow. Maya's words are a great blow to Asahi. Although he is weak, he does not want to increase his level by cheating. Because Asahi keeps checking his stats, Maya feels bored. As she prepares to push Asahi down, Asahi casts a skill capable of escaping in battle. However, his actions arouse Maya's fighting spirit. The more the prey resists, the more excited Maya gets. Asahi wants to continue using his skill to escape, but he runs out of his mana, causing him to be unable to use any skills. After that, Asahi comes to the Adventurers Guild. He doesn't want to rely on his sister all the time and wants to try teaming up with other people. Joining a squad is also one of the joys in another world. Team members can cooperate with each other in battles and go on adventures in a variety of places. If he is lucky, he may even have a romantic love story with the female team members. The reception lady notices Asahi wants to find teammates and guides him to the bulletin board displaying team information. She suggests Asahi form a well-balanced team like Clan Balmonk. Siegfried and his companions have a clear-cut division and excellent coordination, which is the perfect team composition. Asahi holds great admiration for Siegfried and is intrigued by his current circumstances. The reception lady secretly reveals that Clan Balmonk was defeated by a mysterious man and has retreated to the royal capital. Asahi is very shocked. It also makes him aware of the risk of teaming up with others, and he is now hesitant to part with Maya. While wandering the street, he finds several hooligans bullying a drunk man. Asahi picks up a stone and throws it at the hooligans, intending to attract the attention of the hooligans so that the drunk man can find an opportunity to run away. Surprisingly, this drunk man is very powerful and easily defeats the hooligans. After interacting with the drunk man, Asahi is surprised to find that he is Siegfried. After losing to the mysterious man, Siegfried becomes very upset. He completely loses confidence and even begins to regret becoming an adventurer, drinking every day to relieve his emotion. Asahi comforts Siegfried, saying that although he was defeated in battle, he gained a friendship with his teammates. Siegfried thinks Asahi is naive, reminding him not to have illusions about his companions. His 3 teammates are all very strange. One is addicted to the host clubs, one is very arrogant, and the other suffers from social phobia and does not say a word. Since the mission to fight the Demon King failed, the clan Balmonk has been disbanded, but Asahi keeps a positive attitude. He thinks they must have protected each other during their adventures, which can be considered a very good memory. Hearing this, Siegfried is convinced, and he decides to cheer himself up. After that, Asahi returns to the Adventurers Guild and decides to choose a team that is recruiting members. Unfortunately, the reception lady takes the opportunity to give him a task to fight a group of wyverns that are attacking the town. Because this is an emergency, she sends Asahi directly outside the city. As the wyvern is about to attack Asahi, Kiramaria protects him. The reason why she came to find Asahi is that she wants to return his badge and defeat Maya. At this time, a group of wyverns attacks them. After receiving the news, Maya arrives and helps Asahi complete his quest. Kiramaria desperately wants to defeat Maya. She kidnaps Asahi and threatens Maya to accept her challenge. Maya does not allow anyone to hurt Asahi, and the two get into a fierce fight. Just then, a wyvern seizes Asahi. To rescue him, the two girls momentarily reach a reconciliation. One confronts the dragon, while the other takes on the task of rescuing Asahi in the air. After the crisis, Kiramaria takes Asahi captive again. Surprisingly, Asahi manages to break free using his skills. Kiramaria finds the siblings quite intriguing and decides to release them for the time being. Through this mission to fight the wyverns, Asahi understands the importance of Maya to him. Having a sister is enough for him, and he doesn't need to team up with anyone else. Afterward, Asahi receives a very special commission. As long as he can drive away the evil spirit in a house, he can get the house. Unfortunately, Asahi has a very timid personality. Knowing that he could not fight the evil spirit, he tells Maya about it. Compared to her brother, Maya is very calm. She changes into her combat uniform and takes Asahi to the haunted house. Seeing Asahi's scared look, Maya recalls a past. Asahi used to play horror games at night as a child. He was frightened by the ghost in the game and did not dare to go to the toilet alone. At that time, Maya would gently comfort him and go with him. Asahi thinks it was a shame. He insists that he has grown up and is no longer afraid of any supernatural phenomena. Certainly, Asahi soon pays the price for his lies. When the thunder suddenly sounds, he is so frightened that he crouches on the ground with his hands around his head. Maya is well aware of Asahi's weaknesses. They are the closest to each other in this world, and she hopes he doesn't pretend to be strong in front of her. Her words make Asahi drop the disguise. He grabs Maya's scarf and follows behind her. Right now, he is in great tension, and even a wild cat on the side of the road can scare him. After some time of exploring, they arrive at the haunted house. As Asahi tries to open the door, he is attacked by evil spirits. The evil spirit warns them that it will snatch the energy of all intruders, urging them to leave promptly. However, Maya is undeterred. Ignoring Asahi's concerned advice about their safety, she unhesitatingly opens the house's door. It dawns on Asahi that Maya is even more powerful than the evil spirit, and he enters the door following her. The house is fully furnished, requiring only a simple cleanup before they can move in. Surprisingly, they encounter no evil spirits. Just then, a chair suddenly smashes into Asahi, causing him to get hurt. Maya immediately feeds him a potion, but this is just the start. Other items in the room follows to fly towards Asahi, while Maya makes him drink various types of potions to cure his injuries. Unwilling to have Asahi get hurt again, Maya asks the evil spirit to stop sneaking up but confront her directly. At Maya's insistence, the evil spirit finally shows up. Asahi is so frightened that he immediately hides in Maya's arms. Maya enjoys her brother's closeness, hugging him tightly. The evil spirit is very dissatisfied and takes the opportunity to attack them. However, Maya defuses its attack easily, which makes the evil spirit realize that Maya's strength is comparable to that of the most powerful Demon King's 6 generals. Therefore, it decides to possess her body. This is a situation that Asahi does not expect. Maya's power can even destroy the entire world, but it's now possessed by the evil spirit. Frightened, Asahi can only call Maya's name desperately in an attempt to bring her to her senses. Just then, Kiramaria enters the haunted house in search of the sibling. Seeing her, Asahi hurriedly asks for help. Learning of Maya's situation, Kiramaria decides to exorcise the evil spirit by force, which may also destroy the house. To avoid it, Asahi pounces on her to stop her. Such close physical contact makes Maya quite jealous. To avoid disappointing Asahi, they decide to have an arm wrestling competition. Ultimately, Kiramaria falls into a coma due to her lack of strength. As a result, Asahi loses his support and is forced to confront the evil spirit alone. Driven by his fear of losing Maya, Asahi vows to never let the evil spirit take his big sister. Unbeknownst to him, Maya has never been possessed by the evil spirit. When she was about to lose control of her body, Asahi's heartfelt call brought her back to awareness. Subsequently, she pretended to be possessed just for fun, but she didn't anticipate hearing Asahi's genuine feelings, which deeply moved her. With the mission accomplished, they successfully acquire their first house in another world. With the house, Asahi officially settles in the town. The reception lady mistakenly thinks he is a strong adventurer and gives him a new task. Someone recently discovered a dungeon deep in the forest, but the danger level of it isn't confirmed yet, so the reception lady asks Asahi to go and explore, praising him as a hero who can easily complete the task. Asahi lost himself in the compliment and grants her request. Without informing Maya, he decides to complete the task alone. Unbeknownst to him, Maya is so worried about his situation that she has been secretly following him. Soon, they arrive at the entrance of the dungeon. At Maya's request, they enter the dungeon together. Since Asahi is proficient in various games, he knows dungeons very well, but his force value is still low. Unable to conquer the dungeon with theoretical knowledge alone, he must cooperate with Maya. While encountering the undead, Asahi pounces on Maya to the ground to stop her from using magic. He explains that her magic is too destructive and can easily cause the dungeon to collapse. Not wanting to be protected by Maya all the time, Asahi takes the opportunity to attack the undead. However, his attack causes no damage to the undead. Seeing this, Maya intervenes to help him. Even if she doesn't use magic, she can still beat them all with bare hands. Eventually, they manage to conquer the dungeon and find 3 bear cubs in the deepest depths. Asahi has a very kind personality. Worrying that other adventurers may hurt these bears, he decides to advise the Adventurers Guild not to open the dungeon yet, citing the unstable situation of the dungeon. The dungeon exploration has kept Asahi on high alert, and he only relaxes after leaving. Unlike him, Maya enjoys the experience. She believes that men and women in danger are likely to grow crush for each other and is looking forward to them becoming a real couple. However, Asahi refuses Maya's request for closeness. He is now hungry and just wants to get home quickly, learning of which, Maya rushes back home to cook. Unfortunately, as soon as Maya leaves, Asahi encounters a group of monsters. He is so frightened that he tries his best to flee back to town. Just then, he meets a very beautiful woman. He sees that she is not an ordinary human, prompting his wariness. Surprisingly, this woman is disguised by Kiramaria. As a demon, she will undoubtedly face hostility if her identity is revealed to humans. Still, she is curious about human life and thus asks Asahi to show her around town. Asahi leads her to a tall building overlooking the town. At this moment, Kiramaria seizes the opportunity to ask if Asahi wants to become a demon. She holds deep affection for him and believes she can protect him even without Maya. Yet, Asahi declines her offer, saying that he will stay by Maya's side. Before dark, Asahi and Kiramaria arrive at the Adventurers Guild together. He reports how dangerous the dungeon was and gets paid handsomely. The reception lady seems to have crush on Asahi as well, because when she sees him with Kiramaria, she feels very upset. Careless about her feeling, Kiramaria takes Asahi to a nearby restaurant to eat. She doesn't have any common sense and doesn't even know she has to pay for meals. Asahi can only spend all his money to help her out of the embarrassment. After dinner, they meet Siegfried on the street. He has not yet got rid of the shadow of being defeated by the Demon King, and while shaking Kiramaria's hand, he senses her true identity. Extremely frightened, he bids goodbye to them, citing his not feeling well. When they reach Asahi's house, Kiramaria is still in human form. To scare Maya, she lies about being Asahi's girlfriend. However, Maya sees through her identity at first sight and teaches her a hard lesson. Kiramaria soon resumes her appearance as a demon and fights with Maya. Asahi can only try to mediate their conflict, luckily making it in the end. Seeing that Maya has prepared a very generous dinner, Kiramaria uses magic to restore Asahi's hunger to not disappoint Maya. With Kiramaria, their dinner table is very lively. The siblings' adventure in another world continues. One day, Asahi is assigned a task to confront the Grey Wolf. After some time's training, he can fight common monsters now. However, once he defeats the Grey Wolf, its father, a giant wolf, appears and launches an assault against him. Fortunately, Maya has been secretly observing Asahi and instantly intervenes to subdue the giant wolf. After that, noticing the bruise on Asahi's arm, Maya offers to lick it. Taken aback by her action, Asahi promptly flees. He returns to the town, only to bump into a very cute girl, Sophie. She is a healer belonging to a party called the Pitch Black Brigade. When she sees the abrasions on Asahi's body, she immediately casts magic to heal the wounds for him. By the time Maya catches up with Asahi, he's healed. Next, Asahi goes to the Adventurers Guild to report the results of the mission. However, the receptionist Lady Tanya gives him an urgent task. A very powerful monster appeared in the dungeon, so the Pitch Black Brigade went to fight against it. However, they haven't returned yet. Tanya hopes Asahi can help rescue them. Since Sophie is also a member of the party, Asahi worries about her, rushing to the dungeon with Maya. Asahi is the first to show up in front of Sophie, who then faints, so she mistakes Asahi for the legendary hero that defeats the monster. For that, Sophie decides to be his ally. Sophie tells Asahi that her mom was a clergywoman. When she was little, her mother told her that one day she would assist the hero and help him save the world. It is her dream, so she wants to join Asahi's party. Maya is happy that Asahi has admirers and she warmly welcomes Sophie's join. Just then, the members of the Pitch Black Brigade and Sophie start to argue. They believe it was Sophie who attracted the monster in the dungeon because she acted in a panic. Enraged by them, Sophie mocks their incompetence and officially announces that she is leaving the party to follow Asahi. The Pitch Black Brigade are so angry that they initiate a duel with Asahi. Sophie believes in Asahi's strength and forces him to fight them. That's when Asahi realizes that Sophie is a troublemaker. To not expose Asahi's true strength, Maya throws out a bottle of pepper, causing the others to be sneezing. She seizes the chance to defeat the members of the Pitch Black Brigade. Immediately after the battle, Asahi grabs Maya to leave. He is worried that Sophie will bring him more trouble and doesn't want to ally with her. Unbeknownst to him, Sophie is so crazy about him that she heads directly to the Adventurers Guild in search of him, proposing that they embark on a mission together. This time, Asahi is assigned the task of gathering honey, a seemingly simple mission. However, to enhance the efficiency, Sophie attracts all the killer bees. Asahi cannot defeat the killer bees and can only flee with Sophie, during which Sophie accidentally stumbles and falls. Realizing that fleeing cannot solve the problem, Asahi plucks up the courage to confront the queen bee. Just as he is about to act, a boulder hits their adversary. Fortunately, Asahi survived this crisis. Sophie believes it was Asahi's magic that saved them and becomes even more enamored with him. She insists that he take a rest while she delivers the honey to the guild alone. After Sophie leaves, Asahi meets Maya and Kiramaria. It turns out that the boulder was created during their duel, which unexpectedly saved Asahi. The next morning, Asahi goes to the guild to check if Sophie has managed to hand over the honey, only to see her waiting for him. Though touched by her cuteness, Asahi still apologizes to her that he can't take her into his party. Sophie's story comes to an end for the time being, and Asahi soon begins a new battle. As the Demon King's monsters are attacking a remote village, Asahi is tasked with saving the village. When he and Maya arrive at the village, which was attacked not long ago, they rescue the surviving villagers, who believe the siblings can help them regain their home. And sure enough, Maya easily eliminates the monsters sent by the Demon King. Just then, a group of weak monsters start a weird dance, disturbing Asahi's mind. Asahi suddenly becomes obsessed with Maya and keeps confessing his love to her. This excites Maya, who forces the monsters to keep casting the magic on Asahi, so that he can always be enthusiastic about her. Unconscious, Asahi even takes the initiative to propose to Maya. While Maya is immersed in happiness, one of the Demon King's 6 generals attacks her. Asahi wants to protect Maya, but he lacks strength and is ridiculed by the demon general, which enrages Maya and she immediately knocks the demon down. Unfortunately, Maya's destructive magic also wiped out all the weak monsters, causing Asahi to return to normal. She tries to learn the dance, but fails, so she feels very incompetent. Just then, Asahi comforts Maya that she is the person he admires the most and hopes she doesn't demean herself. Hearing this, Maya is so touched. Upon completing the mission, Asahi makes his way back to town, where he encounters Tanya and her brother, Roy. Tanya is dressed casually today, an outfit that is new to Asahi, and he can't help but think her charming. Having heard about Asahi's deeds, Roy admires him a lot. Since they are going to the outskirts, Roy asks Asahi to accompany and safeguard them on their journey. Although Asahi is worried about revealing his true strength, he doesn't have the heart to disappoint Roy and agrees to his proposition. On their way, a wyvern attacks them. Seeing Tanya comforting Roy, Asahi thinks of his sister who always protects him. He doesn't want to betray the trust of the siblings, launching skills to fight the wyvern. To his surprise, he soon knocks it down, gaining more admiration from Tanya and Roy. Happy about it, they continue the trip, while Maya, who has been hiding in the shadows, walks up to the defeated wyvern. It turns out that she has been following Asahi, and it was she who brought down the wyvern. Asahi is weak, inseparable from Maya's help. In the following story, Maya and Kiramaria often work together to help Asahi with his tasks, which Asahi is a bit frustrated about at first. Not until one day he discovers he gains a new skill called light magic. Does he cheer up again? To test the effects of light magic, Asahi unleashes it on a raging bull. However, the light magic literally just creates light, having no attacking power. Asahi is extremely disappointed, unable to regain his enthusiasm for the following mission. To uplift Asahi's mood, Maya and Kiramaria assure him that light magic can help them save money. By casting his magic, they no longer need lanterns. Nevertheless, Asahi remains disheartened. Just then, they reach a villa occupied by a criminal clan named Dark Crisis, which is known for falsifying adventurers' ranks to earn money. Maya and Kiramaria, being formidable figures in this world, quickly eliminate the gangsters. Unfortunately, Sophie leads the the local villagers to the scene, eager to witness the heroic Asahi confronting the criminal clan. Consequently, Asahi is forced to engage in a duel with the leader. Despite being an ogre-class adventurer like his opponent, Asahi's rank is fake. As a result, he cannot win the duel. To help Asahi out, Maya uses magic to destroy the leader's weapon, and Asahi seizes the opportunity to defeat him. To reward Asahi, Maya once again hugs him. Meanwhile, the villagers at the scene regard Asahi as a hero, asking him to help fight the orcs. Elsewhere, an adventurer named Gloria is fighting against another criminal clan. She is very strong and easily defeats the entire clan. As a competitive girl, Gloria can't bear Asahi, someone who has just joined the adventurer guild, to upgrade faster than her, so she decides to have a duel with him to test his real strength. When Gloria finds Asahi, he is engaging in a fierce battle with the formidable three orc brothers. Concerned about the safety of the nearby villagers, Gloria assists him in overcoming the orcs. After the battle, Gloria sees that Asahi's true strength cannot match his ogre class ranking, suspecting that he may used improper means to reach the rank. To prevent Gloria from hurting Asahi, Maya employs her magic to create a deep hit that separates them. Unaware of Maya's presence, Gloria mistakenly attributes the magic to Asahi. Additionally, Asahi accidentally sees her private part, making her embarrassed and irritated. As a result, she formally challenges Asahi to a duel in the arena a few days later. On the day of the duel, Asahi's friends come to watch the match. Having no confidence in himself, Asahi is anxious before the duel. Thankfully, Maya promised to secretly help him, relieving his nervousness a little bit. However, Gloria's maid sees it through and stops Maya during the duel. Seeing this, Kiramaria decides to take place of Maya, who, however, convinces her to trust Asahi this time, as he needs to grow. Asahi thus has to rely on his own strength. He does not rush to attack Gloria. Instead, he just keeps dodging her attacks. During the process, he finds her flaws and uses light magic to blind her eyes for a short time. When she falls for being blind, Asahi points his sword at her. Gloria is confused why Asahi didn't attack her at all, and Asahi simply responds that he will not attack girls. His words touch Gloria, who admits her loss to Asahi, but she vows she'll come back to him. One day, Asahi and Maya accept a mission to find the golden flowers. Sophie, who claims to be good at gathering stuff, forcibly joins them. As they are heading to the destination, they come across a fork. Sophie suggests acting in groups, with her and Asahi in a group, leaving Maya alone. However, Asahi thinks Sophie will only cause him trouble, thus asking her to act with Maya. Unfortunately, as Asahi sets off alone, he encounters two goblins. At this critical moment, his luck brings him Kiramaria, who happens to pass by and saves him. Just then, Asahi suddenly hears a piercing scream. He follows the voice to a village, finding a necromancer maiming the villagers. Such a cruel behavior enrages Asahi, and he immediately fights the necromancer. As he defeats the skeleton soldiers, the necromancer starts to become interested in him, intending to suck his soul away. Kiramaria discovers that Asahi is in danger and hurriedly stops the necromancer. Coincidentally, this necromancer is a subordinate of the demon general. He immediately recognizes Kiramaria, as they belong to the same camp. He holds great admiration for Kiramaria's strength and suggests launching an assault on the royal capital together. However, before Kiramaria can respond, Asahi rejects the proposal on her behalf. In his eyes, Kiramaria is a just and kind girl, and he firmly believes she would never collaborate with the evil necromancer to harm humans. Upon hearing the compliment, Kiramaria can't help but blush. Irritated, the necromancer attempts to eliminate Asahi but is immediately killed by Kiramaria. As the necromancer dies, the villagers' souls return to their bodies. Meanwhile, Maya and Sophie successfully find the golden flowers, completing their assigned task. When Asahi is back at the Adventurers Guild, he is surprised to learn that Tanya mistakes him for the one defeating the necromancer, and he is one step closer to promotion. When Asahi leaves the guild, he meets Gloria, who has fallen in love with him since the duel, but now she is too nervous to ask Asahi for a date. To gain his favor, Gloria enlists the help of her maid Kyon. Gloria's weird behavior confuses Asahi, and he thought she's coming for suspecting his rank fraud. Hearing this, Gloria suddenly comes up with an idea. She invites him to do a task with her under the pretext of assessing his strength. Gloria is tasked with destroying the Treant and rescuing the missing adventurers. During the process, she tries to get close with Asahi, but she is so strong that she always hurts him. Asahi thus complains to Kyon about Gloria's brute force, thinking that she must have worked hard training herself. Seeing them talking, Gloria is surprised that Asahi can have a common topic with Kyon, and feels very envious. Just then, she is suddenly caught by the Treant, causing Asahi to see her private part again. Gloria is extremely shy, hurriedly casting her skills to defeat defeat the Treant. Although she successfully completed the task, she did not perform well in front of Asahi. To get in touch with Asahi once again, she plans to hire him to help with carrying her luggage. Gloria is from a wealthy family, but at the same time restricted by it. She has been troubled by this, finally deciding to live by herself despite the butler's obstruction. Seeing Asahi carrying the luggage, the butler mistakenly thinks he is the one behind Gloria's decision to leave the house. Consequently, he arranges for a dragon-class adventurer to teach Asahi a lesson. However, before they can proceed, Maya discovers the butler's intentions and openly expresses her disapproval. Overwhelmed by her vigor, both the butler and the adventurer decide no longer to deal with Asahi. Kyuan, using a telescope to observe Maya's actions, realizes that Asahi shares similarities with Gloria in being overprotected by their families. Given her deep affection for Gloria, Kyuan proposes the idea of forming an adventurers team with Asahi to make Gloria happy. Actually, Asahi also wants to form a team, which Tanya is very supportive of, because a famous adventurers team is quite beneficial to the guild. Besides, there are some tasks that are only available for teams. Asahi takes on Tanya's advice, but he can't make a final decision. Just then, Sophie overhears about Asahi forming a team. Overjoyed, she hugs Asahi tightly, offering to be his teammate. Gloria happens to pass by with Kyuan, furious to see Asahi and Sophie being so close. As she walks away angrily, Kyuan asks Asahi to seriously consider forming the adventurers team. Gloria has no common sense, no ability to live independently, and no partner to rely on, so she hopes that Asahi can be Gloria's team leader. But Asahi feels inferior to become the leader of a team, thinking of his weak combat strength. Returning home, he asks for Maya's opinion. Maya believes that combat strength is not a measure of whether a person is qualified or not. Now Asahi is much stronger than before, and she wants him to be a little more confident. With Maya's encouragement, Asahi assembles a team of adventurers consisting of Maya, Sophie, Gloria, and Kyuan. Unfortunately, during the first mission, Asahi is turned into stone by the basilisk, and his teammates have not yet found a potion that will restore Asahi to normal. Maya tries warming Asahi with hot water, but it doesn't work either. Just as Maya is about to kiss the cursed wound on Asahi, Kiramaria stops her. She then uses magic to help Asahi get back to normal. Their next mission is to exterminate sharks. Maya wants to do the task with Asahi alone, but the other teammates are monitoring Asahi, following him to the beach. Kyuan even prepares swimsuits for all his teammates. Seeing the hot girls, Asahi feels very shy. Even more exaggerated, Kiramaria suddenly shows up at the beach wearing a very sexy swimsuit. Seeing this, Maya forces her to put on a relatively conservative one. To win Asahi's favor, the girls initiate a beach volleyball match, with the victor asking Asahi to do anything. Ultimately, Maya emerges as the winner. However, before she can make her request, they are unexpectedly confronted by vicious sharks. During the battle, Asahi gets hurt and ends up falling into the sea while protecting Maya. Concerned for his safety, she quickly plunges into the water in search of him. After successfully rescuing Asahi, they are chased to a desert island, where they share joyful moments before their teammates arrive. Actually, the girls have been watching them secretly, because Maya, as the winner, should have the right to spend some time alone with Asahi. Unexpectedly, the shark leader reappears, ruining their sweet moment. Noticing this, other girls quickly rush over to assist, only to see Maya knocks the shark down with just one blow. Their last challenge is a slime flood. It strikes the town and causes severe damage. Almost all of the adventurers are busy rescuing civilians. Asahi and his teammates also join the rescue. He is responsible for taking down the giant slime. Sophie heals the wounded civilians, and Gloria uses her family's mansion as a temporary shelter to take in civilians. Maya and Kiramaria, as the strongest, easily find the culprit of the flood, a witch. The witch is no match for Maya, quickly defeated by her. Meanwhile, Asahi and Gloria team up to knock down the giant slime. Because of Asahi's outstanding performance during the flood, the girls hold a celebration banquet for him. After these times of adventure, Asahi's strength has improved a lot, which, he believes, is largely attributed to Maya, so he feels deeply thankful. With a team of adventurers by his side, he believes they will embark on even more intriguing adventures in the future. Here brings the end of this anime. As the male protagonist of an isekai anime, Asahi lives an enviable life. Every female character in this anime is obsessed with him. In the end, they even form a harem and compete for his favor every day. If I were given a chance to travel to another world, I also want to join Asahi's team and win his harem's favor. If you want to travel with me, just comment below to let me know. Well, that's all for today's video. If you liked this video, remember to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. There are also many interesting anime recaps on my channel. See you in the next video. Bye!